Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new video. Today I'm gonna do top 5 powders. I have all high-end powders. I don't have any drugstore powder, so I'm really sorry about that. I have pressed powders, but they are from a drugstore, but all the loose powders all are from high-end because they make really good loose powders. I have the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder, but the shade is so dark for me. The light shade is also very dark for me, so I don't really know about that powder, so I can't suggest you that powder. Today is gonna be the video is gonna be all about loose powders, so if you're interested to know about the powders, then keep on watching. And before starting the video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. There is also a link in my description below. If you want, you can check it out, and it will take you to my Instagram page. If you want to follow me there, you can, obviously. So anyways, let's just dive into the video. So firstly, cult favorite, this is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This is in the shade translucent. Firstly, they had only one shade. This worked really well for every skin tone because it is translucent. It doesn't give you any type of a coverage. It just sets your eyes really nicely. So I usually use this under my eyes. Even for baking, I use this, and it doesn't look cakey at all. It actually smooths your fine lines, your wrinkles. It doesn't sink into the smile lines, which is great, and you don't look cakey at all. So it is a really good powder, and this has 29 grams in it. And recently they also came out with a deeper skin tone. I think that is for medium and deeper skin tones. So now you can choose according to your skin tone. I think that is a really good thing, but this usually works for every skin tone. So I'll quickly tell you the price of it. So in US it is for $39, and in Dubai it is for 184 dirhams. This is usually available here in Sephora, and in Dubai it is available, I think, on unas.com, but I'm not sure whether this would be on offer or not. But whenever there is offer in Sephora, 20%, 35%, 30%, 35% is a lot for Sephora, but if you get for around 10-20%, I think it is a very good powder, and you should grab this powder because it is really good. So going on to the second powder, which is the Coloricon perfect setting powder. As you can see, I have already used more. I use this actually more than the Laura Mercier powder because I don't know, somehow I love how this sets my under eyes better than the Laura Mercier. I don't know, Laura Mercier, my skin is dry, my under eyes is dry, and Laura Mercier seems to be a little bit drying for my under eyes. I don't know why, because it is a favorite of every damn person in the world. But my favorite one is the Coloricon perfect setting loose powder, and I am in the shade light. I think they have 2 or 3 shades for different skin tones, so I think that is really good. And this is 10 grams. Laura Mercier had 29 grams, and this has only 10 grams, and it is for $35 in US, and here in Dubai it is, I think, for 175 AED. And I think it is a very good powder. It is very fine. It doesn't give you any flashback. Even though Laura Mercier doesn't give you any flashback, whichever powder I'm showing it to you, they don't give any flashback, and that is why I'm telling you about all those powders in this video. If the powder gives you flashback, it is a strict no, because your photos, your pictures is gonna be a mess if you use powders which have flashback, because it is bad. But I actually love this powder, and soon I'm gonna finish it, and I have to actually get a backup because I'm almost finished with this. Then going on to the Huda Beauty powder. So going next with the Huda Beauty powder, they have, I think, 8 shades in it. So according to your skin tone, you can choose whatever suits you. I think Huda Beauty has the biggest range of loose powders I think next is the Fenty Beauty and Anastasia, but Huda Beauty has 8 shades for the loose powder, and I have the shade Pound Cake. It is a very silky smooth powder. It actually smooths all your pores, it blurs your pores, and it looks really good on the skin. She has specifically designed it for baking. She even bakes her eyebrows. I don't do that, but I use this for baking. I don't bake it for a very long time, but just for few seconds I do bake it. And baking, just if you bake it for a few seconds, it gives you a little bit more coverage, so only for that I do baking. Otherwise I don't do baking, because sometimes baking can make your under eyes dry. So if you are a very dry person, then do not do baking. But you can set this with a brush, and you can set it, and your under eyes will look really good. I actually love this powder, and the color is also really good. In US it is for $34, and here in Dubai it is for 173 dirhams. And she has usually odd offers on her website, so I think it is better to purchase her products from her website, because she, I think, ships internationally. So going on to the next powder, which is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder. Actually I said that only Huda Beauty has 8 shades, but even Fenty Beauty has 8 shades in the powder. I think she really thinks about people with different skin tones. She creates foundation, concealers with many colors, many shades with different undertones also. I think that is really good and thoughtful about her brand. She actually puts a lot of thought in her brand for different skin tone people, and I think that is a very good thing. Anyways, going on to the powder, she has 8 shades, and I have the shade Butter. It is more of a brightening. She has powders for different skin tones. She has, I think, 2 powders each for different skin tones, and one is for more brightening and one is for around for your skin tone, similar to your skin tone. But I have the shade Butter, and it is a very good powder. As you can see, it is a huge tub, and it is 28 grams. I actually forgot to tell you about the Huda Beauty one. Huda Beauty is 20 grams, and this is 28 grams. Laura Mercier actually has 29. So Laura Mercier actually has the most product in it. It has 29 grams. If you compare it side by side, it looks very similar, and I think Cover FX has the least amount of powder, but the price is almost similar to them. So, but it is a very good powder. Anyways, the Fenty Beauty powder is a very good powder. It doesn't give you any flashback. It is a very fine milled powder. It is super fine, and it smells also really good. It smells nice. The Huda Beauty one smells like rose. I don't like rose smell. I hate it. But this has a really good smell, and it is a very good powder. It will last you a very long time. It is a huge tub, and this will also blur your pores. It won't sink into your smile lines. Your under eyes will look very smooth, and it is a very good powder. So Fenty Beauty powder is for $32, and in Dubai it is for 160 dirhams. So I think it is a pretty good price. Now going on to the Anastasia Beverly Hills loose powder. I think this is the first loose powder that they have come out with, and this, I have the shade Banana. I think they have 5 shades, but in Sephora Middle East I think they have only 4 shades available online. I'm not sure now how many shades are available, but before they had updated their page, their website, they had only 4 shades available, and I don't know in store how many shades are available. So just check it before buying it. But I have the shade Banana, and it is a huge tub. It looks actually huge, but this has only 25 grams. There is actually no seal on top of the tub, so that the powder doesn't come out. The Huda Beauty one has a really good mesh. She has a very nice cover here, and she has this mesh so there is not a lot of powder collected here, but for Anastasia a lot of powder comes out. As you can see, there is a ton of powder that comes out. I wish there was one small cover to cover the powder. That's all. The powder is really good actually. The same thing, it blurs your pores, it looks really good on the skin. And I think the shade, there's one very light there is also one translucent shade. I think that will suit everyone, but I would still go for a shade which is probably similar to my skin tone, so that it gives you a little bit of coverage. So it is for actually $36, and in Middle East it is for $198. I think this is the pricey one of all the powders. Let me just check. Yes, the Anastasia powder is the priciest of all the powders. So according to what your price range is, you can buy the powders. They have a ton of powders in different range. And lastly, I have one powder which I recently purchased. It is not a new powder, and yes, yeah. Then I have one more powder which is the Kat Von D brightening powder. I recently purchased it when it was on sale, and I think I got it for 60 dirhams. I think this is the smaller one, but I think Kat Von D products are always on offer, like the Marc Jacobs one. So I got this, I wanted to try out, and I got the shade Petal, and it is a very very good powder. It is not peachy, but it has a pinkish salmony kind of color, so it actually brightens your eye look, brightens your under eyes. And I have deep dark circles, so I use this actually. Now I'm actually using it every day. It is a very very good powder, and this is only 8.1 grams, and I think even the bigger size is actually on offer, but I'm not sure. This is a pretty old powder, and I really really like this powder. I think they have two variants of it, but I got this brightening one, and I think they have 2 or 3 shades. So I don't think they have any darker shade, but so they have 3 shades actually according to skin tone. So I have the shade Petal. I think this is for the lighter skin tone. They have 3 shades according to the skin tone, and you can use whatever kind of powder suits you. Here in Middle East, I think the bigger size is for 175. When I got this, there was actually no bigger size, there was only this small size. So I think I got this for 60 or 50 dirhams. So these are all the loose powders. Now going on to the compact powders. Compact powders, not in the sense that it is gonna give you coverage. It is only going to set your makeup. So going on to the compact powder, not in the sense that it is gonna give you any coverage. I just have the powders to just set my entire face, because I usually use the loose powders to set my under eyes, and for the rest of the face I usually use a compact powder. So for that, firstly I have the Rimmel Stay Matte. As you can see, I've already hit pan, and I use it every day because it doesn't give me any coverage, but it sets my makeup nicely. And I don't use any of the compact powders for my under eyes. For setting my concealer, I don't use any compact powder. I only use loose powder. So but for setting my face, I use this, and I am in the shade 004 Sandstorm. And usually here in Dubai it is for around 20-25 dirhams, and whenever there is sale you get it for 10 to 12 to 15 dirhams. I think this is one of the cheapest powders you can get, and it is a very very good one. So I think if you need a powder for every day just to set your face, I think it is a very good powder. Then going on to the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed powder, I have in the shade Warm Light. So this is how the powder looks. This is also a very nice powder just to set your face. It doesn't give you a lot of coverage, which I like, and it is very lightweight. You don't feel anything on your skin, so I like this powder. And it is a very good brand. Wet n Wild in general is a very very good brand. I think I love everything about Wet n Wild, so I think this is also a very good option. Then going on to the third one, which is the Fit Me. I actually don't love this powder a lot because it kind of makes me a bit cakey. It is heavier than the Rimmel and the Wet n Wild one, and I actually don't use it a lot. as you can see. I don't use it a lot, but it gives me a lot of coverage, and I don't need a lot of coverage for my makeup because my foundation gives me coverage. But if you want a powder which gives you a little bit more coverage, I think this is the one. But I don't know, somehow it is a bit heavy for my skin. Then lastly, going on to this Essence Brighten Up banana powder. This is a banana powder, so it has a yellowish tint to it, as you can see. I don't know whether you can see it, but it is yellow shade, very very pale yellow color. So I just, whenever I'm done with my concealer, with setting my under eyes, lastly when I'm finished with my entire face, I just use a brush and I pack it very lightly under my eyes, so it just brighten up my under eyes. So it is very very cheap. I think it is for max to max 11 to 15 dirhams, and you get it in pharmacy mostly, or I think mostly in pharmacy you get Essence products. And Essence also is a very cheap good brand. So actually that was all for my powders. I'm really sorry that I don't have any powders from drugstore, loose powders. I have this Maybelline one, and I have the shade 15 light, but it is way too dark for me. I thought light would be light for me, but it is very very dark, very very dark. I don't know whether you can see, but it is pretty dark for me. So actually I can't use this powder for my under eyes, and that is why I can't give you any of my suggestions, or I don't know anything about this powder, so I don't know. So anyways guys, if you love the series which I'm doing, top 5 top 7 of each product, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon in my next top 5. So yeah guys, bye.